Who might be the Democratic nominee in lieu of Biden? Legislators from the Democratic Party are urging President Joe Biden to halt his re-election campaign following his disastrous debate with Republican opponent Donald Trump. Vermont Senator Peter Welch became the first Democratic senator to demand that the president halt his campaign on Wednesday. George Clooney, a well-known party donor from Hollywood, joined the chorus. Since the debate, a number of opinion polls have indicated that Trump might be gaining ground in crucial states. President Biden has persisted in announcing his intention to remain in the race. Recent occurrences, however, have made it unclear who will succeed him and how. How might Biden be substituted? Over the next few days and weeks, a number of scenarios could transpire, but there are two primary ways that Mr. Biden's campaign could end. Either he withdraws voluntarily or he is compelled to step down by his own party. The first choice is easier to understand. Nearly all of the Democratic delegates who will cast ballots at the party's convention in Chicago in August have endorsed Mr. Biden. They would be free to cast their votes for a different candidate if he were to resign. The new nominee would be the one who secures the support of the majority of delegates during the convention. It would be far messier with the second choice. Democrats might override the president's desires and alter the rules so that the convention becomes a free-for-all. In the event that President Biden chooses to voluntarily halt his candidacy, he may also endorse a potential successor. Who would the frontrunners be? Kamala Harris, Vice President. The apparent and gaining traction within the party to replace Mr. Biden is Vice President Kamala Harris, who is already on the ticket. Having been his deputy, she has taken on a prominent role in the administration's efforts to defend reproductive rights following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Ms. Harris vehemently defended the president's debate performance and demonstrated her loyalty as an ally. She acknowledged the president's slow start following the event, but she said he went on to offer more insightful responses than Trump. Days after the debate, Ms. Harris reaffirmed her support for Mr. Biden as worries about the president's ability to maintain his position at the top of the ticket intensified. All right, our nominee is Joe Biden. We have already defeated Trump once, and we will do so again, she declared on Tuesday. Being Joe Biden's running mate makes me proud. Despite having a high level of name recognition that comes with being vice president, Ms. Harris has had trouble maintaining low approval ratings across her tenure. 538 tracks polling averages and finds that 51% of Americans disapprove of Ms. Harris and 37% approve. Governor Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan. The two-term governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, is a rising star among Democrats in the Midwest, who many analysts predict could seek the presidency in 2028. She has openly expressed her political ambitions and previously participated in Mr. Biden's campaign. She expressed her desire to see a Generation X president in 2028 in an interview with the New York Times, but she refrained from speculating about who would hold that office. Under her leadership, the Michigan Democrats managed to seize control of both the state legislature and the governor's palace in 2022. Her ability to wield political power gave her the ability to adopt gun safety regulations and safeguard Michigan's access to abortion services, among other progressive legislation. Governor Gavin Newsom of California. One of the most ferocious surrogates of the Biden administration is California Governor Gavin Newsom. He praises Mr. Biden on cable news networks on a regular basis. However, Mr. Newsom has personal political goals. Though many Democratic analysts currently speculate that he might serve as Mr. Biden's replacement, he is frequently mentioned as a potential 2028 contender. In addition to his role as a primary party spokesperson on conservative media, Mr. Newsom gained national attention last year when he engaged in a debate with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. He was one of the key surrogates during Joe Biden's catastrophic June debate in Atlanta, and he skillfully sidestepped multiple inquiries over whether he would take Biden's place in the spin room. He is currently publicly supporting the president. He flew to Washington on Wednesday to meet with Joe Biden and other leading Democratic governors. On July 4th, he headlined a Biden campaign event in Michigan. Pete Buttigieg, the Secretary of Transportation. Pete Buttigieg, the Secretary of Transportation, has no secret ambitions to become president. He was a presidential candidate in 2020 and is regarded as one of the most effective communicators in the Biden administration. As Transportation Secretary, Mr. Buttigieg oversaw several major public crises. In 2022, he assisted in supervising the government's reaction to the derailment of the East Palestine train in Ohio, the collapse of the Baltimore Bridge, and the scheduling issue of Southwest Airlines. Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania. Since his election in 2022, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro has had a high level of public support. This is a swing state that President Trump barely won in 2016. During his term, the governor, who was the state's attorney general before, has collaborated with both political parties. Last year, he gained national attention for his speedy reconstruction of a collapsed bridge on a vital Philadelphia highway, which was a significant political win for a first-term governor. Many praised the prompt restoration as the ideal infrastructure talking point for a prospective 2028 presidential contender. Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois. The governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, gained notoriety in the past few years by criticizing Trump and standing up for Joe Biden. The billionaire entrepreneur, who is the hotel chain's heir, is eager to criticize Trump on social media. He referred to Trump as a liar and said that he is a 34-count convicted felon who cares only about himself during the debate. Similar to Ms. Whitmer, Mr. Pritzker has a history of fulfilling agenda items on progressive Democrats' lists of things to accomplish, including gun control and abortion rights. Other potential applicants. The Democratic Party has established a broad pool of prospective future presidential candidates. Therefore, the list of potential nominees goes beyond these specific Democrats. Since his re-election last year, Democratic Governor of Kentucky, Andy Beshear, who has served 2 terms in office in a strongly conservative state, has drawn increasing national attention. Following the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore in recent months, Maryland Governor Wes Moore found himself in the public eye. Democrats are somewhat familiar with Senators Amy Klobuchar and Cory Booker because they have both already declared for president. Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia, who prevailed in a hotly contested Senate election in a swing state, has also been floated as Mr. Biden's possible successor. According to a Reuters Ipsos survey published on Tuesday, Michelle Obama is the only candidate who could defeat Trump in November. However, the former First Lady has stated time and time again that she has no plans to run for president. Post your ideas and follow our channel. I appreciate you seeing.